Good morning from London. Today is my first of 5 full days here in London, and I have a whole lot of things planned that I am really excited to do, with one exception, and that is that my parents were supposed to be here with me. In fact, the original reason I came here at all was because they were going to be here for a week before going off on a cruise, and I was joining them for that week. But due to some health issues, they were unable to make the trip. So I am really sorry that they aren't here. I know they're sorry that they aren't here, but I think and I hope they're happy that I'm still here and am able to do the things that we have planned. I'm going to do pretty much everything that we had planned. There's a couple of exceptions and additions that I'll explain as I get to them, but for the most part, everything we would have done all together are things that I would have done on my own anyway, so I'm just going to carry on that way. So the only thing on the itinerary today is to go to Kensington Palace, and I love Kensington Palace. I've been to London several times, and almost every time I've been here, I've at least walked over there and walked around the area. I haven't been inside Kensington Palace since my first time in London in 1997, so I'm really excited to do that. Then afterwards, we had scheduled afternoon tea at the Orangery at Kensington Palace. We'll see how I feel, but I'm kind of thinking I'm going to let them know that I'm not going to make that reservation. I don't mind eating by myself. I do it all the time because I travel alone so much, but this in particular feels a little fancier than some of the other things I do alone, and I feel a little bit weird doing that by myself. But we'll see how I feel when I get there. It's not a big deal to cancel that reservation. So I'll take a look at that once I get done touring the palace. But that is the plan for today. I hope you will join me. I'm just about to head out to start the day. So we'll see you as we go. So here we are at Kensington Palace. Statue of Queen Victoria. The better view of the palace is from the front though. I'll get there in a bit. But let me just do a 360 here so you can see. It's a beautiful park. This is another example of it looks so different here in the summer than in January. There's a lake back there. Let's make our way in. I love this dress of Princess Margaret's. I think that's beautiful. Oh, this one. So that's the Orangery behind me. I did decide to cancel that reservation because I decided, number one, it's 2 hours until the reservation. I didn't want to hang around for the 2 hours until then, and I just didn't want to do it alone. So I am going to go to the other side of the palace and get some pictures over there, but the exhibits inside were amazing. There's several different apartments that you do from the time of William and Mary, and then also from when Queen Victoria was a child. and the fashion exhibit was so cool. I love a fashion exhibit. That was great. So definitely a worthwhile visit if you're here to come to Kensington Palace. I absolutely loved it. So let's go to the front and get some pictures from up there. Then we're gonna find lunch. I'm heading to this Italian restaurant that is across the street from where my parents were supposed to be staying, but it's a restaurant that my parents said they really liked and have been to a few times on their last trip to London. And it's right on my way back to my apartment, so I thought I would stop and check it out. Free lemonade! My favorite. So I'm glad to sit down. I've got some raspberry and elderflower cider, which is really good and refreshing. And then after I'm done here, I'm about half a mile from my apartment, so I'm gonna go there and rest for a little bit after I get done eating, and then see if I want to go out and do anything in the afternoon. I might go shopping. I want to go to Primark, so I might do that, but we'll see. I need to rest my feet and my knees. But first, I'm going to have some pizza. That was so good. If you are in the Kensington Palace area, it's less than a mile walk from there, and it's right by the Gloucester Road tube station. So if you're in this area and you're looking for Italian food, I highly recommend Ask Italian, I think it was called. All right, so I got about half an hour. I've got about half a mile to my apartment. It is about 4:30 right now. I've been resting up in my apartment for a couple of hours, and I'm gonna head out now. What I've decided to do is I'm gonna go to the M&Ms store because I have some M&M pants, like pajama bottoms, that I need to buy. That I used to have a pair and they got worn out. So as long as I'm here and there's an M&Ms store, I'm gonna go get a new pair of M&Ms pajamas. So I'm gonna take the tube over to Piccadilly and get out there so you can see Piccadilly Square, and then I will walk over to Leicester Square, which is where the M&M store is. So that's the plan. Let's go. You can tell we're in a much busier area of London here. So there's a Lego store just down there, and then Leicester Square is just down the street a bit. And then there is the M&M store. So that's where I'm heading next. I got what I needed, plus some. When I get back to my room, I'll show you what I got. We are in Leicester Square. When I was here a couple Januaries ago, there was a Christmas market in here that was really nice. And just a block away from Leicester Square is Chinatown. Here's what I got at the M&M store. I got an ice cream scoop. These really cute, I think, pajamas, shorts and a tank top. And these are the M&M pants. They're long, like a pajama type pant. They're exactly the same ones I had before. There was actually a style they had that I liked better, but they didn't have it in my size, so I went back with what I had already loved before. So those are my purchases. I'm glad I decided to do that, walking around Piccadilly Circus and Leicester Square. It was beautiful out, and I had a really great end of my day there. So thank you for following me. We've got another full day tomorrow. We'll see you then. Bye.